Hello everyone, I'm Anton64.
And I'm THD.
And welcome to the second HellfireComms adventure game playthrough of the year. This time we're playing the special edition of Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge. I know I kind of sort of promised we'd be covering the Ultimate Talkie edition of the game, but that was being a finicky little bitch, so I decided for the sake of, time and adhering to our schedule, I'd go with, the special edition of the game, which gives us, a whole bevy of special features, bonus features even, and these fancy 3D graphics that the kids are going nuts for these days.
That's true. It's the most popular thing to do. Take old-ass adventure games, ask for more money to update them on Kickstarter, and then sell them back to people. There you go.
Jesus Christ. It's satire, people. Please don't unsubscribe.
I do like the framing device for this game, where it's basically Guybrush dangling over a precarious pit, and he just kind of explains the entire game to the governor, throughout the whole thing. I love that kind of stuff.
What's that called? In media res?
In media res, yeah, that kind of framing device. And no, you don't have to press A for audio commentary here. You already have us. Just press H to turn us off at any time.
Yeah, well, you can press it as much as you like. I ain't sure enough. So, I have played the original version of this, not all of it, but I did get a fair ways into the game. I will say, Monkey Island 2, a lot darker than the first game. I mean, you had the whole cannibal thing in Monkey Island 1, and was the whole deal of, you essentially being antagonized by a pirate ghost who likes to murder people. But this one just seems to have a lot more black humor and the like, and I won't spoil it, but the ending did rub a lot of people the wrong way, and I think Monkey Island 3 is a lot better received, but I think the special edition has done some good to Monkey Island 2, like more so than Monkey Island 1, because I didn't really like the graphics in Monkey Island 1. Maybe it was just the setting, but here there's a lot more nice colour contrast, which makes the graphics pop more. My only downside, or gripe with it, is sometimes 3D models and such kind of clash with each other, like the grass, for example.
I have to agree, me, I'm Mr. 80s, 90s nostalgia kind of dork. I'll always prefer the sprite graphics over that. But I have to say, from what I've seen so far of this game, I haven't played this game, by the way. I did read an LP, so I'm basically an expert.
He just recently got his THD, actually, in video games.
A PhD for THD, there you go. But, at the same time, I do think the HD version graphics in this, edition, they play off better than they did in the original, first Monkey Island game. So it's a better contrast in colors, like you said. Guybrush in particular has a better looking outfit that I think helps him stand out more. So, it's better all around. Although the animations are a little jank for my taste, but what can you do?
Man, we're just dripping with gold right now.
I'm not sure if it's exactly wise to carry around all your money and bond papers with you. I'm pretty sure something's gonna happen to them at this rate.
Ooh, our first bit of adventure gaming. Do you want to explain how this system works?
Yeah, in the older versions of the LucasArts games, you had, the big old taskbar at the bottom. You saw it, in the first Monkey Island.
Mm-hmm.
It had the various verbs, the various actions, big inventory bar, things like that. Here it uses a more radial kind of menu that they used in later games, like Full Throttle, where you just, click on the object and you have, a bunch of options come up with what you can do with it, which cleans up the interface a ton and makes it look a lot better. Although, again, I miss the big-ass interface at the bottom, but that's just me.
Talk to, walk to, pull, push, and so on.
Yeah, but I can understand why they cleaned it up, and I think in the long run it works out for the better.
How are we gonna get out of this one?
You could kick him in the face with your other foot.
Oh, that's true.
You are a combat master, aren't you, Guybrush? You're not!
I kind of left my cutlass and my whatever the term for the gun is in my other jacket.
Well, can't he use his insult sword fighting? Your chin is as big as a gerbil cuddling up from the winter trying to die. See, I am practically an expert.
I think we've got us an antagonist on our hands here, old dragon.
I suppose. I mean, his last name is LeGrand, even though he's actually shorter than Guybrush, so I guess that makes a nice contrast.
He's not a random sort of guy. He does actually have a connection to a certain other Monkey Island character, but to say who would be kind of spoiling it right now.
With the way you implied that, I think we all guessed who that fucking character is.
We didn't actually need to come in here and speak to the woodsmith, but I always get a kick out of funny dialogue, so once we inquire as to who this fucker is, we're going to have a little back and forth, just a little back and forth.
just prepare for... There is more insult sword fighting in this game, right?
I honestly can't remember.
Well, okay, that'll just make it a surprise for the both of us then.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Okay, now you're just playing around. Come on. Does he have a Pirate Last of the Month calendar behind him? I mean, look at that. It's like a Chinese lady, I think.
Yar, it be April again.
April. This'll serve me well on one of those cold nights at sea.
What's the problem with that Largo guy?
He's a prick, Guybrush. You don't need to inquire about it.
I'd like to make an end table out of
So, downloading this thing again, and watching over a little bit, it kind of makes me pine to, A, play more adventure games in general, which I really need to get back to, and I have a few in mind that I've actually been thinking. And 2, I would love to see a kind of adventure game where it's like the traditional point-and-click kind of stuff, but in between, when you're going like the overworld, there's traditional RPG party kind of combat, things like that. That would be an interesting balance, I think.
Well, are you only saying that because I gave you my idea for a friggin' point-and-click adventure game crossed over with a dance thing?
No, but now I remember when you brought that up, and I don't think that would be bad either. Like, make no mistake, the thing is about adventure games, even though they were popular back in the day, and they still have a degree of success these days, the fact they kind of died out was one of the big contributors is really action-based games, especially FPSs, things like that. Doom, in particular, started really kind of harping in on that, although I don't think it was until Quake came out with 3D graphics, and, the advent of 3D in general is when adventure... Yeah, the exciting future of 1997. You remember those halcyon days?
Yeah, I was just getting ready for the Pokemon fad back then.
Oh god, and that's 20 years old. What the fuck are we doing?
Well, it's such a selfish fad. Fucking end already.
But, it's because of that, and with the traditional Sierra formula that LucasArts did try to subvert, with the whole save scumming kind of thing that they didn't want to do.
Yeah.
It was because it was, ultimately, adventure games became kind of, linear and expected, that I think later attempts, at the genre have done better in mixing up various genre types into it. The Indiana Jones adventure games, for example, you could solve them without any violence, or you can fight guys and things like that, and it gives you a lot of replay value for that kind of game. Yeah, you've heard of those, right?
They look pretty good, actually, yeah.
I really should get around to trying them out sometime. Again, I've seen LPs, thus making me an expert.
I know you want to, funny, by the way, I know you wanted to try out the Sam and Max stuff. Didn't you, say to me, off camera, so to speak, that you think this guy voiced one of the characters in those games?
Yes, this guy right here, I was listening to him for a little bit, and I swear to God, he is the tiny country star antagonist. I don't know his name off the top of my head, some Elvis motherfucker, I don't know. He's the country star from Sam and Max Hit the Road. I swear to God it's the same guy. I don't know his name off the top of my head. I'd look it up, but I have the comments to correct me, so why even bother?
Well, that's still his monocle. He needs this to see, but we need it more, so thus our need is greater.
Yeah, we gotta go teach Lando. It's not Lando, is it? It's Largo.
I'd just love if, Lando Calrissian came back randomly. That would be great.
I think that's cooler. I think I'm just gonna call him Lando from
Oh my
now
god,
on.
that would work as well, because it's fucking LucasArts!
There you go. Although now it's Disney and LucasArts is technically disbanded, so there you go.
I will say, though, if you're looking for a good adventure game, there are, still many coming out nowadays, and there's a great official topic over on NeoGAF, so I'll try and link that in the video description, and you can get your beak wet that way if you want to get into the genre.
I'm trying to think of any adventure games I really kind of want to get into. I've heard a lot of great things about Grim Fandango. Don't know if I'm going to try it. Mostly I have to admit the adventure games I kind of look at are just really kind of chill shit. Mostly for kids kind of stuff. Because sometimes I don't want to think that hard. I have enough stuff I'm thinking about. Sometimes you just need something easy to do. You know what I'm saying?
Cosmic Spacehead, motherfucker.
I guess. I was thinking more easier Sierra games. Like Pajama Sam. That's not Sierra, but you know what I mean. It's Booger Man. Press audio commentary. Yeah, let's... I want to hear how the team animated that projectile going on the screen.
I'm pretty proud of this shot, honestly.
I gotta say, out of all the artistic things I've done, this is probably my finest work.
The bottom of the ocean.
Oh, Largo, you're a prick, and I'm going to take great joy in bringing you down, buddy.
Just gave him all your money.
Really, if all the other people knew Kung Fu, then Lando here would be completely defensive.
His name is Largo! Largo
I want to
Legrand!
call him Lando. I want to, so I'm gonna do it. Do we have... Oh.
It's necessary for a thing that we're creating later.
Yeah, that's the best thing about adventure games, and also one of the worst. You're always collecting the wackiest, stupid, unrelated shit, but it just so happens that a later puzzle you have to combine them together in some arcane, mystic way in order to create the perfect item you need to solve it.
Oh.
I don't know. That's just how the business works.
Oh, thank God that chef is, like, partially deaf.
I don't know. You've ever gone deaf carving potatoes before? I'm sure that's happened at one point.
How dare you ask me, an Irishman, an intimate question about potatoes? I take great offence to that.
Irishman, I thought you were from England.
I'm part Irish and part Canadian as well.
I'm part asshole, and that has caused me a lot of problems, you understand, right?
I know, yeah. Mm.
Although I have to say, we were talking about LucasArts earlier, and it is kind of lame that Disney owns their properties now, because it's like, now what they're doing is like they're sort of combining Star Wars with fucking everything, and they got that Infinity shit going on, and it's just like, everything seems to lose its identity.
Okay,
you know
let me stop you right there. That happened to Star Wars a long time ago, alright?
Fair enough, fair enough. I will give you this. Although, the expanded universe did have some good stuff. Again, I read about it online, thus I'm an expert.
You remember the 3 pirates from the first game? They also hung around rats.
Oh, yeah. I don't think these are the same guys, though.
No.
Yeah, we're not on Melee Island, we're on Scabb Island. Completely different.
No, we're on Brawl Island right now.
Or Brawl Island. At least it's not Smash 4 Island. That would be a problem.
Welcome to Scabb Island for Wii U.
So when you ask where you're at on Brawl Island, do they really want to know where you're at?
Oh, just tripping everywhere. Ah, that's a nice view.
I suppose. I mean, I've always liked kind of like those scenic views where you can get like the sunset and like the moon in the background. Although, I have no idea why the moon is that fucking huge, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't work like that in real life, but that's just me. I guess it's a thematic thing.
Very similar map overview kind of thingy here to the first game.
And I think, like, only these games and, like, what was that other series? I'm trying to remember. The books by Terry
Pratchett.
Pratchett, yeah, those books. They actually made a few adventure games out of it, and they also have, like, a big, like, overhead view of the Pork City or whatever it's called. There's pork in the name.
Are you talking about Discworld?
Yeah, Discworld, that's the thing right there. Can you tell I don't get out to my library much?
Well, you like books, don't you?
Well, yeah, but they have to be non-fiction books. If there was a Discworld business guide, then you better believe I'd be all over that.
My favourite types of books are, like, really round and flat, and for some reason when you put them into, like, a book player, it has a funny, like, picture on a screen. It's weird.
I like checkbooks. Those tend to be my favorite.
That's a really long-winded way of saying I prefer to watch television than read a book. You're not too scared, are you, Helldragon? I know you don't like spooky stuff.
Well, this isn't another one of those fucking Yahtzee games, is it? I think I'll be okay.
No, we're saving that for Halloween, mate.
Yeah, and Plague of Shadows, so I'm looking forward to that. Let's defile the dead. This is always nice. It's a very pirate thing to do, of course.
Oh, God, don't hold this against me, please.
Vincent Price is gonna be pissed. And I gotta say, Vincent Price and Thriller was probably one of the best parts of that song. Thriller in general is just a great song.
I'd swear on my grandfather's grave, something.
He's looking at me with that beady stare of his. I'm not sure if I like it.
Is someone defiling me ancestor's grave? This won't stand, says Largo Legrand.
Audio commentary says, we had to dig up so many graves to get this right.
Yeah, just to get it perfect, you know? Okay, guys, we have had a lot of fun today, I think. So we'll see you next time for another installment of Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge. See you then!